If you've been here for a while, you probably remember when this channel looked very different. And if you're new, this might not be what you expected when you first clicked. So, either way, I want to sit down with you and just talk for a minute. I was already out here doing a little bit of work trying to get some videos edited, and I decided that let me just turn this camera on so that we can just have a little chit chat. So basically, I started this channel in a completely different season of my life, and pretty much it was a different season in everybody's life, 2020. But to go back a couple of more years, 2018, some of you probably already know this because I mentioned this when I first started the gig work on this channel. But the whole reason for my channel was so that it would be like a video diary of how I was progressing after my mother transitioned. So that was the whole gist of this particular channel. And for some strange reason, 2020 came and pretty much changed everything. So that's how the gig work got started, actually. And we all know how 2020 went. So that was how my channel pretty much just basically took off. Because, like I said, I wasn't planning on having my channel for views or anything like that. It was just something, a creative outlet for me to be able to just record some of the things that I love to do. And I didn't care whether anybody saw it because it wasn't for anybody to see per se. It was only for me to just be able to look back and just see how far I had come with, I guess, a sense of therapy. So I wanted to just be able to document that. And so then 2020 happened, and I started doing gig work, which was the Walmart Spark delivery. If a lot of y'all don't know what it was that I was doing, so I started doing that, and it was just this one day that I was sitting in my car and I was waiting on a order to come and to come out so that I could deliver it. And I decided to turn my camera on again, kind of similar to what I'm doing now. I just decided to turn my camera on and just let somebody know, whoever was watching at that time, that this was what I was doing, and this was something that they could possibly do as well if it was introduced in their area, so that they could try to earn some money because people were losing their jobs back then and nobody knew what was going on. It was so much uncertainty. So many people watched that particular video, and then my channel just changed directions because the whole goal of my channel after everything happened with the 2020 debacle, I felt like I was just helping people to, learn how to earn money through their phone to work on their own time and not necessarily have to clock in. I didn't look at it as I'm trying to do this to monetize or anything like that. I didn't do my channel for that. But the more and more people that did not know about the gig work that I was doing, I felt like I would just keep those series going because I was actually helping somebody out. And so that was not the intention for the channel. I keep saying that it wasn't the intention for the channel. But because it was helping so many people, I felt like I was doing my civic duty of helping someone to overcome hardship at the time. And now I want to get back to what it was that I was doing because, and we're going to get to what it is that I'm doing now. But I want to get back to just things that brought me peace and happiness and joy and things like that. Just turning the camera on and just recording. Not so much of talking to the camera. Well, yeah, I'm going to talk to the camera because I like to talk. I love to talk. And I'm going to still do that. But as far as gig work, it's just, I do that sparingly now. And I've shown so much of how that process works to the point where I don't feel like it's anything else that I need to show. It's so much scamming and spamming and just dishonesty that goes into this gig work now. So it's just like it's not even fun anymore because it's like a dog eat dog world out here. So I focus now on me, my home, my family, my business, because I am a small business owner as well. Things like that, my health, because that's what's important to me now. And it's not about chasing money, because that's what I felt like I was doing. The more and more I did the gig work, I was constantly chasing money. And that's just not the direction of what I wanted my channel to be. So basically, I was doing the gig work and just trying to figure things out in real time, and just trying to make things work just like everybody else was doing. And I feel like that version of me, it needed that at the time, because I had started to, when my mom transitioned, I started to just be like a hermit. I was just always in the house, didn't want to be out, didn't want to do anything like that unless I was booked for gigs, because I was a bartender, a makeup artist. I was all of that at the time. So I didn't leave the house unless I was booked. And so me driving for Spark and just being able to get out of the house and see people without seeing people and actually having to talk to people, because in 2020 everybody was staying their distance, and I felt like that was a really good thing. I It was a silver lining for me, for the keep your distance from people, because I'm an introvert, so to speak. So 2020 did not bother me at all. It did not. I was grateful for the distance. And then I just was out here just delivering people's groceries, and people were so grateful back then. And now it's just like everybody is so cutthroat, dog eat dog world. Like I said, everybody is at everybody, like rah, 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 rah. And I'm just so over all of that. I'm so at peace and don't want to be bothered with any of that. So I just don't get out there like I used to as much. Some of my videos are still up, so if you are here for that, I have a playlist. That's a Spark Delivery playlist, and then I have some Spark Delivery combo playlist where I'm just sitting down just like this and just talking about the different things that you should know about Spark. So a lot hasn't changed, but also a lot has changed, all because of so many people are being dishonest on the app. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, that's what the gist of my channel was. So now we fast forward, because we all know that life just does not stay the same, and I neither could I. I couldn't stay the same, just constantly running Spark, doing that constantly all day, all day, all day. That just, it was fun then, but I've moved on. I've moved on from that. Now, I guess it's like I want peace. Peace in my home, in my marriage. I just want all of that. That's what I'm all about right now. So it's just like, I'm more reserved. Although I already was that. I'm a whole Cancer. That's my zodiac. I'm a Cancer. So I'm already reserved, and, I'm just not that extroverted. But I'm an extrovert leaning towards introvert. I don't know. Ambivert, I guess that's the word to say. I'm an ambivert. So, yeah, I want something more quiet. I'm more reserved now. I'm definitely more intentional about the way that I do things. Honestly, that's just the best way to be. That's the best way for me to be. And hopefully, by you coming over and choosing my videos and watching them, you get something from something that I've put out. Maybe something that I've done that I felt like it was helping me. Maybe it can help you as well. I started thinking that I was going to do these type of videos, because everybody is just like on a fast track right now. It's just like everybody is running 100 miles a minute. Nobody takes the time to slow down and to just be in the moment. And so hopefully that's what my channel will bring, because that's what my goal is to try to just slow down, because the world is already going fast enough. The world is going fast enough. So it's like everybody is just like, what's next? What's next? What's the next instant gratification or whatever? Everybody is seeming like that's what the world is headed for, the instant gratification. And that's just not me. It never has been me. And I don't plan on starting that, you know? So I just wanted to share that little bit with y'all, just, because I know that a lot of people who have followed me, and who is on this channel are looking for probably gig videos, or I don't know what it is that you may be here for. But I do know that my channel was heavily loaded with gig work videos and how-tos and stuff like that. And I just wanted to just let you know that the channel is definitely headed in a different direction if you haven't already noticed. So I'm just out here, like I said, I'm trying to edit some videos so I can get them up so I can be a little bit more consistent. That was one thing that I did learn when I was doing the gig work, that I was putting up videos like every day. I was dropping videos like every single day. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, are you just going to be the Spark HR unit or what? But now I don't know. I don't feel like it's anything else that I really just need to share about Spark, because like I said, it doesn't change. It's not a whole lot that has changed in the way that you deliver. So I guess now what I need to tell you is the channel is slower. It is slower, as you already see. I'm about plants, gardening. Well, my husband is the gardener. Let me just be very, very clear on that. What I like to do is just capture the moments. And so I even went back to school for videography and cinematography. I went back to school for that, and I'm trying to implement a lot of the things that I learned. I want to get into filmmaking, so it's a lot of things that I have that I want to not necessarily share on this channel, but some of the tips and stuff that I did take from school, I do want to implement them. And I started to do that when my husband started the garden, when we first purchased our home here back in 2022. I was just, capturing the moments for him to show when we first started the garden. We wanted to be able to just be able to look back and see what all we grew, some of the good and the bad of gardening. So I'm the person behind the camera most times, and sometimes you'll see my husband in front of the camera. But now, I think what I'm gonna do is just, try to pull back just a little bit and show a little bit more of me, because I am an introvert and I'm very, 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 very private. I never have been one to like to share anything about me, nothing at all. And I've always been deemed as the mystery. And I love it that way. I'm very mysterious. So what you see is what you get, basically. But now I'm trying to come out of my Cancer crab shell and just share a little bit more about who I am and the things that I like and the things that I love. So that's the whole gist of my channel now. And hopefully, you stick around and you can learn to enjoy the peaceful moments that I share. That's what I want to be all about. I don't want to be performing, because I felt like main character energy when I was doing Spark videos, because it was just hustle and bustle, just back and forth. And no, Auntie done got older now, so it's like, girl, we ain't doing that. I go out from time to time and do the Spark deliveries and stuff, just to see, what's going on out there. And I see it's crazy. It is crazy out there, even in my area. So, boy, I tell you, when I went back out there, I was like, what in the world is going on? So, you're going to see more of my real life, like the boring things that I like to do. I don't even go out and be shopping anymore, because see, another thing that 2020 did, it spoiled me for sure, because if I have to get out of my car and go inside and shop, I don't want to do it. I don't even want it. So it has spoiled me. So if I have to go out and deal with people, like publicly deal with people, shopping and stuff like that, I'm not gonna do it. I used to like to go to like Target and to Ulta and just different places like that, and now it's like, I'm not doing that. If you don't have curbside pickup, I don't want it. I'll just let Amazon bring it to me. It's terrible out here. Like, I just don't. Before I end this video, let me just say, I know that I'm not for everybody. And I know that this content that I'm going to start to put out is not going to be for everybody. If you were here just for the gig work content, I understand if this just doesn't feel the same for you anymore. But if you are in a season where you're trying to slow down, to reset, rebuild, figure yourself out in a quieter way, then you'll probably understand this version of me a little bit more. I don't want you to just unsubscribe from the channel just because I don't do gig work. Because here's the thing, if you trusted me with the knowledge that I was given for the gig work, stick around and see the person behind that knowledge. You know, what I like to do. You know, get to know me, not just for the gig work. HR assistant, because that's what a lot of y'all was saying. It was an HR assistant, and I felt like that, but it didn't bother me at all because I still, like I said, felt like I was helping people to make ends meet. So I showed you how to get the money. Let me show you how we're gonna become a little bit more peaceful and reconnect to ourselves, and not so much of always wanting to be in the limelight, in the spotlight. Just chill, relax your mind, because child, just relax your mind. And I hope that that's what this channel will give. I'm not trying to turn this into anything loud. I'm just documenting where I am now and where I'm going. So yeah, that's where we are. So I hope that you stick around, and if you find that some of my content is still worthy to you, I would love for you to stay and be a part of this journey as well, because this is exactly where the direction of this channel is going.